Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the picture is fuzzy because it's a still shot from a video. So, this is the white teen that tried to drown a black 15-year-old and was using racial slurs and saying George Floyd. And earlier that day, they said he was being a racist towards an Asian teen. Now, don't the Asians have a hate crime bill? And I notice nobody is bringing him up on charges. And we know the Asians have a hate crime bill. Shouldn't he be slapped with those charges as well? I'm just saying. So I want y'all to listen to what his lawyers, what they are coming out and saying. It was just a stupid act. White Massachusetts teen accused of racist attempted drowning of black boy released on bond. Attorneys argued it was horseplay. Nah, not when you're using racial slurs and yelling out George Floyd and you're attempting to drown someone. That's not horseplay. See, you know what it is, y'all. They got away with doing these sort of things and just saying, oh, they're just having fun. Oh, they're just playing. They got away with that for a long, long time. And now that we are in the final days of this evil demonic kingdom, no, it is just not the same. When you hear about stuff like this, you know it is a blatant, deliberate act. He meant everything he did. He meant those racial slurs. He meant it when he was screaming out George Floyd, and he meant everything when he was putting that child underwater. He meant the whole thing, just like he meant the slurs when he was gearing it towards the Asian teen, which I think should be part of this case too. Shoot, throw the book at him. In fact, why isn't he being tried as an adult? You know how many black teens in this country have been tried as adults? This was an attempted murder. He should be tried as an adult. The hell with that. So he's old enough to know what he was doing. This was not horseplay. No, his attorneys are attempting to make light of it to get him out of the whole thing. And he should not get out of anything. So the 14-year-old boy who allegedly tried to drown a 15-year-old black teen, this was in a Cape Cod pond in Chatham, Massachusetts, and this happened in July. He was released on bond. John Sheeran was released to his father's custody on September 11th. He shouldn't be out at all. See, this is your future mass murderer right here. So, NBC 10 Boston reports that Sheeran taunted the teen with racial slurs as he dunked him underwater. And this was in a goose pond on July 19th, 2023, and threatened him with a stone. No, he meant every ounce of what he did. He meant it. Okay. You don't get to come back and try to claim it's horseplay. And number two, the attorneys that are making these accusations, they weren't there. They were not there. So, no, don't get in everybody's face and try to make light of something and you did not witness it or see it yourself. No, he did this out of pure evil, pure racism, and he is completely radicalized at the age of 14 because he got radicalized at home. See, this is the dude that will grow up and try to join the police force, y'all. This very type. So, according to the Cape and Island District Attorney's Office, Sharon and another white friend met the victim at the pond to go swimming. The victim reportedly said he couldn't swim and wore a life jacket. All right. And this was before he was dunked in the water several times by Sheeran as he was screaming out George Floyd and the N word. Talking about horseplay. No, he meant that crap. He meant everything he did. And I bet you he planned the whole thing out before they even got to that pond to go swimming. He planned this entire thing, him and his little ignorant friend that he had with him, another racist. So, anyway, the DA's office released a statement saying the incident was motivated by race. Yes, it was. Once in the water, the juvenile defendant proceeded to pull the victim's life jacket and submerge him underwater 4 to 5 times, causing the victim his breathing to distress, said the release. The third juvenile laughed at the victim during the attempted drowning and referred to the victim as George Floyd. So they were both in on this. Trust me, y'all, this was not spontaneous. This was calculated and planned. And the friend should be in a lot of trouble too. Not just this dude, but his friend that was there laughing and talking about George Floyd, he should be in trouble too. Witnesses told authorities that they saw Sheeran dunking the victim and also heard his 15-year-old friend say George Floyd. Sharon also swam underneath the victim to try to pull him beneath the water. So he went under the water and tried to pull him down by the life jacket into the water. Nah, you don't do all of that into some horseplay. Y'all can miss us all. His attorney can miss us all with the horseplay crap. Nobody's buying it. Just making an attempt to get him out of the whole thing. That's all. So the victim reported the crime 2 days later and revealed that after he told the boys he couldn't breathe, his so called friends started laughing and calling him George Floyd, obviously making fun of me and showing no remorse. Yeah, usually they don't. They don't. Even on jobs, when they know they're being a blatant racist on a job, they never show remorse. They don't. And see, this is all the more reason for reparations. So, after he cried for help, another young witness intervened and brought the teen ashore. When I finally get to them, they're smirking. Yeah, because they're not sorry. So, how can his attorney say that it was just horseplay? Okay, if you're smirking and the person that you victimize is in distress, then it's not horseplay. You can miss us all with that. Sharon was released to his father's custody. Yeah, probably the parent that was responsible for radicalizing him after his attorney argued that he should be released pending his trial for attempted murder. The judge agreed and released the teen with a GPS monitor. His name was originally withheld due to his age, but because he was charged with a hate crime felony, Sheeran's name was not redacted in court documents and subsequent reports. So, also, the school that he attended put out a statement regarding the incident, noting that neither Sheeran nor his compliance were enrolled in the school district. His parents are divorced. Yeah, I was wondering where his mother is. You don't even hear about his mother. And you notice how they're not even putting their names out. I'm just saying. So his parents are divorced. He lives in Florida, but was reportedly visiting his father in Massachusetts at the time of the attempted drowning. And no, I don't feel sorry for him because his parents are divorced. There are a lot of children in America with divorced parents, and they're not out here trying to kill people. All right. The alleged actions were incredibly concerning and stand in stark contrast with the values that we hold as a school district and as a community. Monomoy, that's the name of the school. Superintendent Scott Carpenter. Acts of hatred and violence are unacceptable, and we condemn any behavior that seeks to harm or marginalize others based on their race, ethnicity, and other personal attributes. Sheeran's attorney, Kevin Reddington, claimed his client had no intent to hurt his friend. That's not a friend. Somebody that is laughing at you, trying to drown you and use the N word, that's not a friend. That's not a friend. Okay, y'all need to stop trying to write that in articles like they were cool with each other. They weren't. You don't do that to a friend. This young man had no intent to murder his friend. This is what his attorney's attempting to do. Again, another attempt to try to lessen the seriousness of what he did. Oh, it was his friend. No, you don't do that to a friend. Not a friend. It was just a stupid act that was carried way too far. He also called the incident horseplaying. No, you don't horseplay like that. His attorney's attempt to lighten this whole thing is falling flat on its face. Sharon was indicted in August and charged with attempted murder and assault with a dangerous weapon. His release, so he's got to stay away from the victim, and that's usually standard in these kind of cases. And he must wear a GPS monitor and attend probation. No, that little monster never should have got out of jail. To me, you released someone that is a clear danger to society. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this latest update. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.